the vintage intro. Hey people, I am Silverwolf20, back once again with another Pokemon Wi-Fi match, and this is against Dan from the Pokemon Battle Challenges forum. He's going to lead with the Skarmory, I'm going to lead with Bronzong and quickly switch into Clefable, predicting it's a Toxic Spikes, and it's going to set up an Agility, thinking I'm a wall, but instead, I just go straight for the Fire Blast, and this is a new Clefable. This is my special Sweeping Clefable, and it is pretty badass, not gonna lie. It is able to easily one-hit KO the Skarmory, so that is one physical wall averted very quickly. He's going to go into Armor Abs, the Aggron. I'm like, let me go into Dusknoir and see what he's going to do, because I know Dusknoir can take pretty much any attack. So, he is going to go for the Iron Head. I am going to easily live it, which is unfortunate for him. So, he's going to Iron Head again. I'm thinking, okay, he's either banded or scarfed, and I don't know why he's not switching out if he knows he cannot hurt Dusknoir that much. So, I'm going to set up my Trick Room, and then I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, and Armor Abs is basically worthless at this point now. He's barely doing anything to Dusknoir. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna switch out and get Dusknoir some health. And I'm gonna bring in Clefable to go for the Wish, and he's gonna go into a Dragonite. I'm like, Dragonite, they're pretty bulky, that could be a problem. Ice Beam. So, Ice Beam obviously connects, and to my extreme delight, it is able to absolutely obliterate Sir Dragonite. That is actually 2 OU Pokemon that Clefable has taken out in one hit. If that is not awesome, I do not know what is. He's gonna go back into the Aggron. I'm gonna go for the Wish, showing him that I am not choiced in any way. In case he was thinking I was, I am not a Choice Specs Clefable. That I did not want to use an item as common as that on this thing. So he has to switch because now he's locked into Thunder Wave. He told me he was actually a Scarf, so I was kind of right. So he's going to switch into Lucario, I'm going to switch into Dusknoir, and I'm going to get my health restored because of Wish. And he's thinking, okay, I don't want my Lucario getting burned just yet, so I have to switch and get the hell out of there. Which he does, and he goes into a Garchomp, who also hates getting burned. And in case you're wondering why he's using an Uber, in the forum that he is a part of, Garchomp is allowed, Salamence is allowed, Latios and Latias are allowed, but all the other Ubers are not, and that includes Wobbuffet. So Of all the Ubers that they could allow, there is only one of them that I actually disagree with, and that is Latios, but that is another story for another day. I am just sitting here earthquaking the Garchomp, and it is honestly not going to do all that much. I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, okay, you know what? Instead of wasting my time with Earthquakes when he could switch into something that could block it, I am instead going to go for Shadow Punch in a second. And I'm figuring Shadow Punch, because it's Stab, might be able to outright KO it, but I'm wrong. It didn't. See, he's gonna set up a useless sword dance at this point. He should have either attacked or switched, honestly, but, you know, what are you gonna do? So, Garchomp is about to die. I'm gonna put it out of its misery with Shadow Punch. This is... I'm actually an Elite Four member on this forum, and this is the team I'm gonna be using for the Elite Four if anyone is interested in challenging this group. I will link it in the description. And I've actually played some of these people. There are some pretty good players in this group, I'm not gonna lie. It was actually kind of funny. My first battle there, I 6-0'd the, at that time, champion, and they made me champion, and then the very next battle I was in, I was 5-0'd by the person who, at the time of this recording, is the current champion. I don't know if he still is. He said he was going to leave, but I don't know if he actually did or not. So, at the time of this recording, anyway. But, Weavile is now burned, and my Earthquake does nothing to it. Actually did a fair amount, but nowhere near enough. So I'm going to switch out and hope to get another Wish Pass off. Since this Dusknoir has no recovery move of its own, I have to rely on Wish to keep it healthy, and that's why I have Clefable. Clefable is a sweeper, and it is also a support. But he predicts the switch to... I don't know if he actually predicted it, or if he just wanted to use a stab move, but Weavile actually does enough to 2-hit KO Clefable, even while burned. That actually made me kind of sad, because at that point I was keeping a 6-0, and now because Clefable died, I lost it. So that kind of made me sad, but it's okay. I'm going to bring in Bronze on. Weavile's going to Shadow Claw. It's not going to do barely anything, really. I'm going to set up my Trick Room, just because I was actually thinking that Weavile would die to the burn this turn, but it actually survived. That made me kind of sad face, but it's okay. I'm just going to Gyro Ball it, and it's going to die. So, Weavile is gone. I think at this point he only has 2 Pokemon left. And it's looking pretty good for me, not that good for him. He's going to go into Lucario, and I'm going to show the Zen Headbutt, and it's going to do over half to Lucario, and Lucario's in a bad way. Lucario is going to bulk up, and he actually would have survived the next attack because of that bulk up, but I'm guessing he figured, let me bring in something to resist that Zen Headbutt, so he's going to go back into Armor Abs, who still has a fair amount of health left. Even though it can't do any real damage, it can wall me to death at this point. So, Zen Headbutt did nothing. I can't really do anything to Armor Abs attack-wise. And he is going to instead, after I Zen Headbutt this time, just to see what he's going to lock himself into, because again, I know this thing is Scarf now. He's going to lock himself into Thunder Wave, which means he has to switch next turn. So, I'm at full HP and paralyzed, and as I was saying to him, as the battle was going on, paralysis is actually the best thing you can give a Trick Room team. You paralyze something on a Trick Room team, it has an even better chance of going first. So he has been helping me out by spreading paralysis on my Pokemon. So he's going to switch into Lucario because he was locked into Thunder Wave. Honestly, that was kind of a bad play. He should have went for... Actually, I'm not sure what he could have done at that point, honestly. But the only Pokemon left is Armor Abs. He can't use Thunder Wave again, because then that means I win by default. So he has to go for Iron Head. And Iron Head does nothing to Bronzong because, it's Steel type and Bronzong has extremely good defenses. So he's gonna Iron Head a second time. I don't get Power Hacks and I don't get Flinch, so I'm able to Gyro Ball, and it's gonna go down. So good game, Danny, and check out the Pokemon Battle Challenges forum. I'm Silver 20, and I'm out. Bye.